microphone so it's more facing towards me so that you guys can hear me better. Alright, oh, it's doing that thing again. Hold on. YouTube devs still haven't fixed this. Stream lives even though it should be dead. Don't know how to kill this stream. YouTube is dumb. Fixed. Oh wait, hang on. I guess it doesn't matter if I minimize it, but we'll just move these out of the way. Okay, 1 second, Chatworth. Refresh this page. As you know, we have to do this. Oh, right. I have a thing here, don't I? Hold on a second. Pretty sure I added a setup page, didn't I? Yeah, I did. There you go. Yeah, alright. I forget what it is sometimes. I don't think I used it last time or whatever. It's like, that's a good image. I appreciate it. My decision to just grab whatever the fuck was in my screenshots folder and then, yeah. Oh, hey, layout, new, horizontal. Let's have it be vertical only. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. That's stupid. Okay, here's all the details stuff. They changed this UI a little bit, but it's still kind of the same. Okay, we're going to do Noita first because I just like playing Noita. And we're going to do that because I like Noita. And it will probably not last more than an hour because I usually die super easily. So we'll do Noita, and then we'll switch over to Oblivion Remastered because I need to do Oblivion Remastered and get it done. So we're gonna switch to that after we're done with Noita, but we're gonna do Noita first. So, yep, 1 second. While I tweak all of the things here. Okay, yep, I think we're good there. Grab that URL. Head on over to the Torb. Jailbreak Fugitive. Interesting. Okay, go over to Twitter 2, as I like to call it. Create a post there, throw that shit in, save. Alright. Good deal. We are ready, I think. Gotta scoot this down here so I can still see that live indicator. Okay, and then I got my chat that I can see on my left there. I'm going to minimize these other apps so that they don't distract me. That way the only thing I see is chat. Okay. Let me get the actual game running here. If I can find it. There it is. Okay, just a hot second here. I'll switch over the video. Okay, switch that to Noita. Turn off the getting ready image. Uh-oh. It's not, okay, there it is. Okay. I was a little afraid it wouldn't show up there for a minute, but there it is. Okay, and it's picking up the game audio. Sweet. Alright, let's roll. Let's do it. So, I would not call myself an expert of this game. 1 sec, chat, while I take a pill. I got some pills I gotta take at dinner time, and I kinda forgot to take this, so I gotta take this real quick. Hold up. There's shit here on my table, so I don't have to get up. Okay. We good. We Gucci. Yeah, I'm Still battling the congestion. I don't really have. I did a sleep study, and the sleep study showed me pretty much nothing. So, unfortunately, I am still fighting this thing. The new recommendation is they're going to do MRI, which is a more detailed scan than a CT scan. So, I'm going to tell them to look for weird little pockets in the passage air, the nasal passage, that look like things would get stuck in there. Like, my theory, if I could draw you a diagram, would be like mucus thing producing mucus at top, tube where mucus would go down to throat, and then area to the right of air tube where this weird pocket is. And then, like, the goo goes in the pocket, and the pocket expands because it's filling with shit, and then that closes the airway. That is what I am feeling. Like, that is what I believe is happening. Now, whether that is what is happening is unclear. I mean, I can't see in there, and I don't have any other way to know what's happening, so yeah, that is an ongoing saga. I am very apologetic that we don't have a spoopy game to stream for Halloween month this year. One thing I should do. I'll be right back with just a sec. Whoa. Did it mute? It did not. Okay, mute. Got the spooky lights going! Woo! Okay, so, yeah, it's Halloween. I have most of the decorations out that I like to do. I've got some glow-in-the-dark things that you slap on your window, but it takes a long time to get those off the thing and on the window, and I don't feel like doing it, so I'm not going to do that this year. But I've got some spooky lights that flicker like flames, but they're green instead of the orange you normally see for flames. Those are always a big hit for me. I love them. And then, you know, I have orange and purple tinsel or garland for my, like, upstairs. Like, I've got like it's not like a fence, but it's kind of like a banister thing that is, I got a loft above my living room, and that banister thing is up there. So I wrapped the garland around it. I've got festive, actual, like, Christmas garland for the Christmas time, but I have orange and purple garland for Halloween. So that's out. I just put my pumpkin out on the porch. Finally got cold enough for it to, like, not disintegrate, so that's out there. I'm gonna try and get one that's, like, fake in the future, so that I don't have to worry about it, like, either A, getting eaten by squirrels, or B, disintegrating on my porch, making a sticky, gooey mess. Which, you know, my dad always offers me pumpkins because, you know, he grows them along with some other things. It's just kind of a hobby for him, and they normally get a bunch of them. There's normally enough for myself, my friends, and other family members, and my mom has a big party she does every year for Halloween. And she usually gives those out to her guests at the party. And this year we have, like, I want to say it's probably only like 30 or 40 pumpkins. Like, they got destroyed by bugs. It's been a bad year for bugs. Like, not just like the pumpkins and crop stuff, but like even at work. Like, there are fucking gnats everywhere. It really sucks. They're very annoying, and they like to fly in my morning bev and my just like everywhere. So I put little tissues over my drink so that they don't go in there. And we have some new traps that are way better than the ones we had before. But yeah, the bugs have been quite bad in recent months. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed. There's not as much ween going on. There's a little bit of a lack of ween spirit happening, and I think part of that is due to the current events that I will not really cover in much more detail because it's just depressing as fuck. So I'm gonna go ahead and not do that. But yeah, there's not like anything to stream. Like, I could have picked up. I was gonna maybe pick up Doom, The Dark Ages, or like, God, what's that one? Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, that I had on my wish list, because I used to have a demo for that on the PlayStation, and I never, like, I'm kind of an idiot, and then I got stuck like 5 seconds in and could not figure out how to proceed. So I've always felt the desire to go back and actually play that game because it looks fucking dope. And I could still pick that up maybe, but the problem is right now I have like 8,000 medical bills because I'm doing like all these tests, and I'm really trying very hard to figure out this whole congestion nonsense. And the things I've been doing have been very expensive. Like, the sleep study was $650, and that was just the first bill. I got another bill from that same, like, the neurology place that recommended it for $166 earlier this week. So I am getting fucking hit by crazy bills, and I'm not really feeling terribly motivated to blow my load on a bunch of shit, even though I am actively waiting on like 2 or 3 artists that I'm really wanting to commission. If they open their comms, I am opening my fucking wallet immediately. I'm very anxious. I don't know if I really want to name drop the artists because I don't know. I mean, I suppose there's not much harm in it because, you know, it's just saying their online name. One of them goes by the name of Kimi, and I like to pronounce it Kimi because I think it's cute when I say it that way. They draw a adorable little orange bunny, and their style is very like super rounded and like stuffed animal-esque, and it's very, her style is very cute. And I have at least 4 projects, four different illustrations I want Kimmy to do. Depending on how I need to see if, because she listed that there's these stickers that you can get, but they're 50 each, and I don't know if you get like any kind of discount for like buying a bunch of them. Probably not. So probably just 4 things for Kimmy. And then I have something really unbelievably adorable and cute that I want to get done by another artist on Twitter. it's like soft sketch something. She does a lot of Ratchet and Clank featuring Rivet. She really likes to ship Ratchet and Rivet together, so she's got like 1 million sketches of those two being adorable and cute. So that's another one I'm like really like dying to get done, because I've been kind of holding on to this idea for like a couple of years, and I haven't really found the right person to do it, but I think this lady is perfect for it. So I'm very excited to get that one done, because I've been waiting a while to find somebody that's got the right style for it. So that one is going to be super adorable, and I'm probably getting it framed because it's probably going to warm my heart very deeply. The things I wanted to have Kimmy do are not... 2 of them are not for me. They're gifts. And then, one, you know, the stickers that I was talking about, those are for me. And then lastly, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do work with Jinx. Her handle name is Don't Jinx It, I think. I am on her Discord server and kind of watching her little Trello that she does progress on her comms. She is a little bit more like, she opens up for comms every month, usually at the start of the month, but like 3D stuff is a little bit more involved, so I'm kind of trying to work with Jinx when Jinx has availability to do 3D projects, but she hasn't confirmed that she's actually interested in working with me on it yet, so I am crossing my fingers, but I am not going to count on that getting done. So I may reach out to a friend of mine that did the previous, actually showed a video on my channel of the model that my good friend LaPaz made for me, based on a model that we picked up from Booth, and then he tweaked it to make it look more like me. So I might have him do... I'm looking to get the guy you see on the screen there, the green tiger fella, my furry-ified animal person Sona, I guess you want to call it. Basically, I decided if I'm gonna have a furry representation, it's gonna be a green tiger. So, which actually I owe Jinx for that, because I was inspired by Jinx's green tiger called Ava, which is kind of like avocado, because avocados are green. But yeah, I really like tigers, and I'm all about the green, as you guys know. So, as you can see there in the corner, my silly ass green tiger boy. I'm looking to get him 3D modeled so that I can run around in VR chat as my tiger Sona. And Jinx doesn't offer setting it up to work with the streaming stuff, so I probably won't be able to use it for streaming unless I do the work myself, or I get somebody else to do that part for me. But yeah, so those are the 3 comms I'm looking to get if I have the ability to, but none of them are open or confirmed to be working with me at this time. So, but yeah, as far as Spooktober Halloweeny stuff, like I said, the possibility of Legacy of Kain, maybe not really sure. I thought this might be kind of sort of Ween adjacent, because it's, you know, Noita is it Swedish for witch? So, kind of sort of Ween related. It's not very scary, But, you know, I've been playing it a lot lately. Because I need something to kind of cleanse my palate from Silksong, because I love Silksong, it's great, but holy shit does it make me mad. It is a very, very, very difficult game. And I need something to chill and just kind of turn my brain off. And like, I've been watching the Ghoul, Dan and Aaron, the Game Grumps. They have the 24/7 Ghoul Grumps Marathon, where they just have like all their Ghoul Grumps Halloween-centric stuff playing. And I've been just kind of tuning in and out to that a lot in the last couple days. Like, they were doing, I was watching them play Resident Evil. They're playing some kind of weird game where they identify people, like Papers, Please kind of thing. I just watched them do an episode of Phasmophobia, which was fun. So, yeah, it's like, I want to be a good Halloween streamer. I want to have Ween stuff going on, but unfortunately, there's just not much going on. Like, I suppose I could do GTA has some Ween-centric content, but like, the problem with GTA Ween content is that I never see it. Like, the one and only thing that I ever see for the Halloween stuff for GTA is the weather changes, and that's about it. There's supposed to be, like, cars that come to life that try to run you down. There's supposed to be random killers that appear that chase after you. Like, there's all kinds of shit that is supposed to happen spontaneously in free roam, and it's just like, I never ever see it. So I just, as much as I would love to stream Ween content for GTA, I just don't feel like that would be very enjoyable, because we'd be out running around looking for the content and not finding it. Whereas Christmas is like, the entire point is the snow in GTA, because the snow is like a only on Christmas event. Like, you don't get it any other time of the year, which I suppose you don't get the spooky, you know, Halloween themed weather any time of the year other than Halloween either. But like, I don't know, I enjoy the Christmas content that they've done more than the Halloween content. Just because I don't see the Halloween content. I mean, if half of the things I mentioned actually showed the fuck up, then yes, that shit would be awesome. But again, that stuff never shows up. Like, I seriously ran around in free roam for like probably close to 40 minutes and didn't find anything. Although there are pumpkins that give you like, there are pumpkins that give you like bonus stuff like money and snacks and ammo or something. But that's not that exciting. I mean, the one thing I liked the most of the GTA seasonal stuff was the festive semi-truck driving around the map. That was actually really cool. And even though I expected to get my ass railed by other players, they were actually really chill about it and didn't come to fuck me up, so that was like cool. And then, you know, the snow. The snow is always fun. I always enjoy the snow. But yeah, so GTA is a little disappointing. Halo Infinite has the survival mode again, but they made it way harder because there's a weapon upgrade that adds a random weapon effect to your currently held weapon, which, like, you could get like rocket launcher pistol or like sniper rifle pistol or shotgun pistol or something crazy. But the cost is like 2,500 points when it used to be like 1,200. So it is way, way harder to get upgrades now. So it is not anywhere near as fun as it was, which makes me sad. So yeah, there's not, I can't think of anything else really. I mean, I want to say there are some things happening. Like, there is definitely phasmophobia stuff that I could do. There's also a pretty fun, exciting update for Repo. Repo has an update on Halloween, but it's like on the 30th, the day before Halloween. So it's not gonna happen for a bit. And that's kind of one of the problems with the Halloween stuff, is that they like to wait until the absolute last second to drop that stuff. And it's just like, you guys couldn't drop it a little sooner? Like, we got a whole month of October here to do stuff. But yeah, so we'll have to wait for the repo thing, which I'm actually really excited to play that with my homies. I have told them that they are in fact going to be playing Repo with me to celebrate that cool update. Shit, did I put... Oh, god damn it, I put the thing in the wrong spot. Damn it all. So it's gonna be every other shot instead of every shot. That sucks. But yeah, so the repo update's happening on the 30th. My homies, I might actually stream with my homies so that we get a really, really good experience, because it's actually not as good with me by myself because I get owned. But like, with the homies, we can get far. Like, we got to probably level like 5 or 6. When I normally get like to level 2 and die. So that might be the one Lean related stream I do. And that's gonna be literally the day before Halloween. So I don't know if there will be anything before that. I will try to find something, because I like to stream the Ween content because I really like to get into the spirit of Ween, since Ween is like one of my favorite holidays. Christmas and Ween are both equally very special to me because they both represent really enjoyable things that I did in my youth. Like, I'm gonna be a little, you know, I'm gonna say that Christmas is kind of a materialistic holiday if you do the whole presents and shit, but like, it's not just the presents. It's also like the festive activities, watching Christmas movies. Like, as you get older, it goes from, oh, the presents to, oh yeah, watching Christmas movies with the fam. If, you know, you like your family, which some people don't. Some people hate their family. So it's not as enjoyable for them. And that's a shame, because, you know, I really enjoy Christmas movies with the fam. Like, this year is going to be a bit weird because my sister and brother-in-law and their family are going to go to Michigan. And I'm going to go down to Florida to see my parents. So we're kind of split in ways this year. But, you know, my parents went to New Zealand last year, so it was kind of split again in a different way. So we're going to do things a bit differently this year, but I didn't want to go to Michigan in the winter. I don't really like the cold. So I kind of wanted to be in Florida because I like Florida better. It's nicer. So, yeah. Christmas, Ween, those are my two favorite times of year. And, so I like to get the Ween spirit going. which I have my decorations out at least. I've been very distracted by the whole super bad congestion at night shit, because it's really bad. Like, I seriously wake up at least 2 or 3 times a night now. Every night. Regardless of what I do. Regardless of how many pills I take. It's terrible. So, yeah, I've been a little distracted by that. I haven't been able to really do the stuff I want to do. But I actually have spent a good amount of time with friends. We're doing a lot of D&D and just kind of generally hanging out and doing stuff together, so I'm being more sociable than I probably would, and I feel like that is maybe, like, and you know, I'm sad I'm not doing more Ween stuff, but at least I'm doing stuff with people and, you know, being social like I need to be doing. So, great. That was just great. That sucked. I should have killed that motherfucker. I really hate those guys. They fucking can murder me in like one shot with their crap. Them and the fire mages on this level suck. We'll give it one more go, considering I've died like immediately twice. But then we may switch over to Oblivion. But yeah, so it's been a little lackluster for Ween stuff lately. He's weak to water. Noob. But yeah, it's a little light on the Ween stuff, which, like I said, it's partly the insanity that is going on in the world right now with topics that are not to be discussed at this time. The congestion insanity of me not being able to sleep very well, and then I've been going to work every single day physically to our new office in Kokomo, which, well, I guess it's not new, but I worked in Noblesville, Indiana, and now I work in Kokomo, so it's like quite a difference of driving. And we have been very, very busy because we were doing stuff related to the move, which finally took place after we announced it last year at the same time, and now we've finally done it. But we had to get people on Windows 11, and we're struggling with that right now, and it's just a mess. There's so much going on. It's been very busy. I'm hoping I get my work from home back again here at the end of October, but it's going to depend on how busy we are. So, yeah, a lot going on this year. I'm hoping next year will be a little bit more slow, which I'm imagining it probably will be. I imagine that it will be very slow next year. So, a little disappointed and kind of sad that I'm not doing as much in the way of Ween content. I do very much apologize that I don't have a lot of really exciting Ween content for you guys. I really wanted to have Ween content available, but it just hasn't been a good year for Ween stuff. I'm kind of hoping eventually I will move away to another country, and then I can focus my attention more on not the insane things that's happening all over the fucking place, and I can kind of be more in the moment and actually celebrate holidays and stuff instead of being like, oh god, what new madness is happening? Am I gonna be interned for being a political dissident? So, I'm really hoping that I can get some stability in my life at some point, and I can celebrate holidays and not be depressed all the fucking time. Those comms are gonna end up eating up any and all money along with the medical bills. Especially if I get Jinx to work with me on the 3D comm. That's gonna be like... that's gonna be my Christmas present if I end up doing it, because holy crap, Jinx has got some pretty high prices, but they, you know, she's worth it. She does really, really good work. And she makes sure it works in VR chat and does all the stuff. And I'm fully prepared to pay Jinx whatever Jinx asks for if she decides to work with me. Although as saying that, I do have an upper limit to how much I want to spend. So we'll see if A, she agrees to work with me, and then B, how much it's gonna be. Because I'm really looking to limit my spending to a certain degree. I don't want to clean out my entire bank account for this project. But I am willing to pay a pretty high dollar for this, because Jinx's work is excellent, and I am very excited for it. I actually have a proper reference image from a guy, so she won't have to worry about shitty references that make it hard to do the 3D stuff. Although the physique on the ref is a little not correct for my character, kind of. That one was done by Samagram, who is on Blue Sky and Twitter, I think. She's been looking for a job lately and hasn't been having any luck, so that kind of stinks. But I got a ref sheet comm from her through VGen, which I really like. VGen is great. It's a really nice way to get all the details figured out and keep track of the comm as it's being worked on. Kind of like Trello, if Trello had like payment processing and like gallery stuff, which I don't think Trello has that, but anyway. Looking forward to potential comms, but I'm not gonna hold my breath because I have no idea when Kimmy or the soft sketch lady are going to open. If they will even open at all this year, because you know I have no idea. I mean I don't know their intentions. So if I get a chance to comm either or of them or Jinx it, that will be awesome. So we shall see. If I don't end up comming any of them, then I'll probably just blow a ton of money on the Steam sale during the holidays when I'm on vacay, and buy like Doom and a bunch of other games or something like that. Or maybe I'll get an actual proper case for my Switch, or Switch 2, so that I actually have a case that it fits in. Because right now I'm using the Breath of the Wild Collector's Edition case, which barely works, but it does work. It is adequately sized to carry the Switch 2 if I take the Joy-Cons off and put only the Switch 2 in the the spot where the Switch would normally sit, and then the Joy-Cons in the little pouch. But if I try to put the whole Switch in there, it's too big. It doesn't fit, so I have to take the Joy-Cons off, put them in the pocket. I'd like to have a case that I can just throw the whole Switch 2 in there and just be done. The problem is, I also was looking at a, like, thing for the Switch 2 that, like, goes on the back of it, so that, like, keeps it kind of damage resistant a little bit. But then that won't, like, go in a case very well. So, a little bit of indecision going on. I'm also having some issues with my phone. Like, my phone is actually, like, dropping the SIM card randomly, and, like, today it literally just turned off and then rebooted itself. Like, just out of nowhere. So, I may have actually damaged the fuck out of my phone and may need to buy a new phone, which would suck. Because phones are expensive, especially the one that I got. I have a Moto Razr Plus, and it is, when I bought it, it was $700, which they say the retail price is $1,000, but like they're constantly doing deals for it, so it's just like, right now I think you can get it for $600, and it's like, I really like it. It's a really nice phone. I think it's fucked up. I think I broke it. I tried to be pretty careful with it because, you know, it's not like a really super thick, durable phone, and it's got that hinge, which is not broken. The hinge is fine. It's just, it seems like there's some kind of an electrical fuck up that's causing it to like short out or something internally, because it's doing weird stuff, and I don't think it's because it has like a virus or anything. I'm pretty sure it's physically kind of damaged somehow. I don't know that that's the case, but that's kind of the impression I'm getting from how it is behaving. So, may have to get a new phone, which means that I'll be spending crap loads of money on that. The good news about that, though, is I can get a green one, because they now make a green one. It's not like vibrant green, but it's... Actually, I have a case for my current phone that is... I bought 2 of them with red and then green. So it's split red and green case, basically, for each half. And the one that they sell that's green is basically the color of the green case that I have. It's kind of a dark forest green. But, you know, better than nothing. So we'll see what happens. If I do comms, I probably won't do a new phone, or try not to until next year at least, if I can get away with it. If I don't do comms, maybe I'll just, you know, I'm gonna obviously see if my phone will live long enough to not have to replace it, because I really kind of don't want to replace it, but I'll keep an eye on it and see how it does. If the problem gets worse and worse and worse, I may have to take care of business. But I'm actually in a bit of a calamity in that I need to quickly get. So my D&D group, I got presents from 2 of them last year, around the New Year, when we kind of hung out at New Year's, and I'm like, you absolute motherfuckers. So I now have to get everybody in the D&D group presents, which I have everybody done except for 2 of my members. So I'm kind of running out of time to get those guys stuff for Christmas, because I'm going to Florida at the end of the year, and I'm not going to come back until January, so I need to quickly get them stuff so that we can get together before I go to Florida and I can give them their presents. And then, since me and my sister and her family are going separate ways for Christmas, we also have to do early presents for that. So, I'm gonna have to do a lot of shopping very, very soon, actually. So, yeah, I kind of gotta get that stepped up and get working on that, because we're getting pretty close to November when I'm gonna need to do gift exchanges for all these folks. So I gotta get the lead out and get some of the gifts purchased. I'm almost done with D&D stuff. I only have 2 people left out of the 7. So I got a lot of that done already, but I still got to finish up, and then I have to get presents for the fam. My parents, I can just take them out to dinner when I'm in Florida, so that'll be easy. But my sister and her family are, I usually get them stuff from Amazon, but we'll see. I'm a little hard to get stuff for too, honestly. I have a list that I give them on Amazon, because it's just anything people get me that's not something I already asked for is very iffy. Like, I'm not gonna be the kind of person that I will admit that I did take back one of my I got a Christmas or a birthday present that I took back to the store, which I feel terrible about, but it was something that I legitimately was never going to use. This is going to be very dangerous. It'll probably get me killed. But we're going to do this. So yeah, I gotta get shopping done. That's kind of my focus at the moment, is to get that done. It's like my last real importantly need to do thing before I go to Florida here. Which I feel a little out of season thinking about Christmas already. But it's just like, I gotta get shit done, because if I don't work on it and get that shit taken care of, I'm gonna totally space it and then have to scramble at the last minute. And I hate doing that. So yeah, I feel a little unweaned this year. Part of the issue is I haven't seen. There's usually always Halloween hot Mountain Dew, and they don't have it this year. There's no Boo Dew. So I'm a little annoyed that there's no Halloween Dew this year. I mean, it's still early. It's not that close to Halloween quite yet. But like, they usually have it in stores and stuff by now. So I'm a little disappointed that there isn't Boo Dew yet. I'm just glad I got my decorations done. Because I feel like last year I waited until like the middle of October to start putting shit out. So I wasn't in the season for like half the month. But I was really on it this year. I got that shit out on October 1st. I was like thinking about it on the 30th of September. Okay, we gotta do one more. Because we gotta get past level 2 at least. We're not doing it with this. But yeah, I feel very out of season still because of all the things that are going on, and I'm not able to really focus fully on Lean. And I can't remember. It definitely. I don't think it was last year, but I had a Ween themed commission from Finicky, who is also known as Tofu on Fur Affinity, and that shit was awesome. That is on my wall as a canvas print, and I love it. I look at it every night before I go to bed, and I love that picture so much. My OC, Maddie, the shark girl, with a kind of skimpy outfit, like a very, very not covering her body bat style bikini thing, but it's so good. It's like one of my all-time favorite commissions because it's my OC, very beautiful, very sexy, and it's Halloween themed. So it's just like the best of all worlds. I was thinking about asking Tofu to do a Christmas one too, but her prices, their prices have gone up since then. So I mean, I can afford it. It's just I don't know. Like I want to commission other people that haven't had a chance to get my business yet. Because I like to get stuff from all kinds of different people. I have a lot of artists that I follow, so I will probably one day ask Finicky to do another piece for me, but probably not this year. Maybe if the problem is right now I'm like super strapped for cash, even though I was just saying I was gonna spend crazy money on a 3D com from Jinx It, but it's just like there's certain order of priority I have for things, and even though I really love Finicky's work and I definitely want to commission her or them again, I can't do it right now. And I feel bad when I see folks advertise comms, like even Samagram, who did my ref sheet for my Tiger fella. She had like Halloween YCH, which is your character here, things. But I was like, I'm saving my money, so I'll retweet though. I mean, I'll definitely get the word out about it, because I mean, these artists are really, really good, really talented people. Like, one of the ones I follow on both Twitter and Blue Sky just announced today that she is taking a little bit of a art break because she is pregnant. So, congrats to her. And I was just like, wow, it's kind of weird seeing artists that you follow that you know nothing else about them other than their art and how their art style is, and then it's just like, I'm pregnant, or I'm being married, or you know, something is happening to me, and it's just like, wow, like you see a slice of their life that you don't normally see. So that was kind of neat. Very, very strong. Congrats to, her name is, her handle is Kodo Haru, I think. She draws a, like a Cocker Spaniel, I think, OC? Something like that. One of those black and white dogs. I think it's Cocker Spaniel, but I can't remember exactly what that dog breed is, but yeah, she's yep, congrats to her. I assume her first, because, you know, haven't seen anything about that from her previously, so congrats to her. Meanwhile, I'm still bumbling through freaking dating apps and getting nowhere. But that's not exactly surprising. I'm not exactly dating material, so kind of my own fault. Okay, I kind of want to get another vial to put water in. I was hoping to get another wand, but I also always try to beat this area with at least 400 gold, and we have 393, so if I can get like one more piece of gold from an enemy, we'll be set. Okay, there's something. What is this? Okay, that's dangerous. Oh great, I'm dead. Alright, well we gotta do one more, because I am not gonna accept dying on levels 1 and 2. Okay, we've got a good starting spell, at least. And the problem is when they start me with stuff that's not water, so I can put out fires, I take a lot of damage from fire. So this will be our last run, regardless of how far we get, because I have spent a lot of time on this already. We're at about an hour, and then we'll switch over to Oblivion. Because I want to get... My goal for Oblivion is to finish the Shivering Isles expansion, and then do the main story quest. And then I'll probably stop streaming Oblivion, and I may even uninstall it, perhaps. And then Fallout 4, obviously we're doing the nuke mod thing, like Reggie from his video, tribute to Reggie. We're following in his footsteps in taking over Nuka World with the nukes. So once we conquer Nuka World, we'll be done with Fallout 4 Nuke Mod streams. I have a tremendous backlog of RoboCop, Devil May Cry 5, Bug Snacks, and probably World of Final Fantasy, which I know I said that I wouldn't do any Square Enix stuff on my streams because they were really shitty about copyright stuff for Final Fantasy VII. But I had been streaming World of Final Fantasy before, and I kind of don't care if it gets muted because it's just something I already started streaming, so it's like I feel compelled to finish it. Even though the last stream for that game probably was at least like 4 to 5 years ago. So I apologize for the insane delay on that one. And for anybody that is really sad that I'm not doing Payday stuff anymore, the reason is because I'm kind of bored of Payday. Like, Payday 3 is not quite as good as Payday 2, even though it is more complicated and, like, improved in some ways. It's not as good in other ways. And then I played Payday 2 so much that I can't go back to it right now. Like, maybe one day I will, just because it is the better of the two, but not right now. That would be another one that would have some really fun Halloween stuff. They always had Halloween heists every year that were really fun, but they have really fallen off, that studio. I don't think the people that made Payday 2 so good are even there anymore. I think a lot of those people got laid off, which is unfortunate. Really sad to see a fun franchise that I really enjoyed end up getting the shaft. I was very excited about Payday 3, and the beta actually felt good because it was a beta. It didn't seem like it needed to have... I did have a little bit of a worry that the UI was kind of shit. And that the beta was online only. So I had like a little concern about it, but I was like, oh, it's the beta. It'll be better in the full game. This is just a placeholder for now, and then the full game will be infinitely better. Then Payday 3 launched, and it basically was like just the beta. And it had a lot of things that I expected to see missing. Like, there's so few of masks, there's so few of weapons, it's just not the same. Like, that was kind of one of the things that really drove me to play Payday 2, was to unlock the weapons and the perks and stuff like that. But Payday 3 doesn't have, like, any of that. I mean, there are perks, there are guns, there are masks, but it's just, like I said, it's just not the same. And I'm very sad about that, because Payday 2 was such an amazing game. It had so many guns, so many masks. I really, really, really enjoyed the hell out of that game. And then Payday 3 has just been kind of meh. Like, I'm probably one of the few people that, like, actually kind of enjoyed Payday 3. Because I know a lot of people were not at all happy with it. And I get it. Like, the always online aspect of it, where you can't play offline, is really dumb. And last time I played Payday 3, offline play was still quote-unquote in beta. And it had been that way for months. And, like, I bet it's still like that today. So, they still do not really intend to support offline play for Payday 3, which is absolutely retarded. Because there is nothing about Payday 3 that needs to be online. It does not require that. Like, their excuse was, oh, well, we gotta program the AI to, like, not do stupid shit. And it's like, yeah, and that was exactly how things were in Payday 2, guys. I mean, mostly they just hung around outside of the stealth area and waited for you to basically fail stealth or, you know, finish the mission. So basically they just didn't program AI for the stealth missions in Payday 2, which I would just do the same for Payday 3 and not worry about it. But yeah, that was kind of their excuse for why they decided not to have the game be offline capable for a while. And of course they had immense backlash over it. Because, you know, then that means you have to be on the internet or you can't play Payday 3. Which, you know, we're in, you know, this is the year 2025, going into 2026, but you still don't always have internet. I mean, my internet has been spottier this year than it has ever been. So the idea of always online, even today, is just like insane. Like, the internet is acting worse than it has ever been. Like, I need things to be offline capable more now than I ever have in the past. Other than, you know, obviously when we didn't have internet all the time. Back in the days where cable internet wasn't a thing yet. But, yeah. So, always online, that's not gonna fly with me or anyone else. So, if you make your game always online, you better have a damn good reason for it. But, yeah, so Payday has... I've kind of fallen off of Payday, unfortunately. I could do Drunken Bar Brawl Halloween Edition with the zombies. I think I did that before, previously. But, like, it's a classic, you know? I mean, I do love me some Drunken Bar Brawl. I just gotta be really careful I don't smash my couch with my controller again and break the controller even further. Because, Boneworks, actually, is the game that caused me to do that. Oh my god. Well, that's definitely gonna get me killed. Holy fuck. Holy goddamn. That is, certifiably insane. So yeah, maybe Drunken Bar Brawl Halloween Zombie Edition. That might be a thing that we do. I didn't really think about that until just now. But yeah, that's pretty good. That's a decent Halloween thing. I had Doom VFR, but I already streamed that in full, so unfortunately I probably won't revisit that. Especially considering they kinda didn't build it around the Vive Index, or the Vive Index, the Valve Index controllers. So it's kinda like movement is a little limited. Even though I feel like maybe they patched it in at some point. Because it was actually, like, decent. I remember I could actually move around the way I wanted to, but it was a little jank. It didn't always work. So, that's kind of the problem with a lot of those VR games, is that they were probably programmed when only the teleportation was available, and they didn't quite have the smooth locomotion shit figured out yet. Even Payday 2 has that problem to a small extent. Like, you can do the smooth locomotion, but you can't do any jumping or crouching because they didn't add anything like that in. So yeah, pretty much every VR game has some kind of a limitation. Except for ones that are built with the index in mind. Like, Boneworks is great. Obviously, Half-Life Alyx is wonderful. And unfortunately, there hasn't been, like, any cool VR games that have come out in the last, like, several months. Probably because VR is still expensive as shit. And, not enough people are buying VR to justify making games for it. So, I hope that we do see more stuff down the road, because VR is amazing. Like, with the Index controllers, just the controllers, and then like the older style Vive headset that I have, it's amazing still. And I was planning to upgrade to the Index Actual, but I'm kind of waiting to see if Valve puts out this new Deckard thing they're talking about, which sounds like the portability and niceness of the Quest, but like the high graphical fidelity of the Index, which is gonna be awesome. It's probably also gonna cost a fortune, but I am willing to throw down for something that cool and amazing. So I'm looking forward to seeing if that happens. And that's yet another expensive money thing that I'm gonna probably blow my load on if they actually do put that out. But it is not announced, and we have no idea when Valve will put that out, if they will even put that out. So it's just a whole bunch of monetary uncertainty this year. And then, like I said, everything is very expensive, bills, just a lot of money things are happening. So I have to be very picky and choosy about what I spend my monies on. I did get a decent raise from my work this year, from what I had at the start of the year. But that unfortunately means I'm going to be paying more in taxes next year. Which, God, I wish I could just say fuck you and not pay my taxes at all, because the government does not deserve my money for how badly they're doing. They're basically going to take my money and spend it on being assholes and ruining the world, so again, I don't really deserve it. Which is, again, I want to leave. I'd like to leave the US if I could. That's something I'm actually, like, really gonna start focusing on here in, like, the next year or two. Because, I don't see things getting any better here for, like, ever. Like, it seriously I don't think we'll ever see an improvement. Like, we're stuck with this forever. And I am lucky enough to be in a situation where I probably can leave the US if I like really work at it. So I'm gonna do that, because again, I do not see things improving here, and I would like to like not be here, because I don't want to live in misery for the rest of my life. Which it sucks that a lot of people who live here are gonna suffer and can't leave. They have no way of escaping. But I would say, bro, if you can, leave. Like, seriously, do it. Because it ain't gonna get any better here for quite a while. It'll stay shitty for at least the next couple of years, for sure, and probably quite a while after that, even, I would imagine. So my spending money on a bunch of shit and blowing my money on things is very much at odds with the goal of leaving the United States, which I am going to probably need Compass Cash for that. But yeah, like I said, I'm very motivated. Ow. Why is this guy not dying? Okay, I think I finally killed him. Of course, I'm on fire. I have a way to deal with that, so not to worry. Just gotta figure out how the fuck to get out of here. Son of a bitch. These damn teleportation dickheads. If I see him again, I am blasting the fuck out of him. We escaped level 2. And then there was fire. Let's get rid of this. And we're gonna not use that because that's dangerous as hell. What I want is, let's see here, which of these is the best? That one's pretty good. That one's not quite what I want. That one's pretty good. That one is honestly the best. I might do this one. Let's see. Yeah, this doesn't really work on here. Could do this. No, it doesn't have enough mana. Trying to find something that will make this fireball thrower not suck. Yeah, that's okay. That might work. Ooh. I really like that rotating fireball thing. That's really good. Okay, we want that on here. And then we want this back. Although, that's better than this, to be honest. Yeah, so what we'll do is we will throw all of this out because these are useless. These don't have any power at all. Then we'll pick up the wand, take this guy out because we like that spell, put that in here. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Occasionally, it's awesome. This green bolt spell on its own is pretty good, so. It's very fast and fairly powerful. Fireball spell is not great, but it does okay. In this area, it's like all ice, so it melts the ice and can dig through this level pretty easily. It's not going to be as good going forward, though. That sniper bitch. Those guys are very deadly. Yeah, regarding Silk Song specifically, I'm pretty decently far in. I'm not close to beating it because, you know, there's maybe spoilers, but like there's 3 acts in the game. And the first act is basically, I want to say, halfway through the exploration side of things. Like, there's a certain thing that happens that basically designates the end of Act 1, technically. Which I'm not going to say what that is specifically, but when Acts 1 and 2, you can do up to basically what is the end of exploring the new areas of the game. And then Act 3 really is like kind of more of a New Game Plus situation. And I won't go any further in details on that, but like, it's for just explanation purposes, it is almost like the same length as Acts 1 and 2 combined. And I am closing in on being able to start Act 3, but then basically, like I said, that's kind of like the whole ass game again, the second time. So I don't know if I'll do the entirety of Act 3 right away. I was kind of wanting to get done with Silk Song before going to Florida because I didn't really want to rage in Florida, but I will probably be doing Act 3 at least partially in Florida because it's gonna be a while before I finish it. It's good though. I mean, if you like Hollow Knight and you wanted more Hollow Knight, Silk Song is absolutely more Hollow Knight. Harder, crazier, just, yeah, more of the same. Which, for those of us that really enjoyed Hollow Knight, that's exactly what we wanted. Even though there are some aspects of Silk Song that I could definitely criticize, namely, the mapping is, like, you get used to it, but it does kind of suck that you have to use a charm always to know where you are on the map. And then I've got my critiques about the runbacks from certain bosses and the way that the level is designed. The level design is in such a way that it punishes you and like tricks you and like fucks you up when you're already kind of struggling maybe. So it's very cruel level design. Like, it's some of the cruelest level design I've seen in any game. So that's a bit of a turnoff. But it's such a fun game that I don't really mind that stuff that much. I mean, it definitely annoyed me when I was struggling to get farther in. And I think that's where we're going to stop Noita. But I do overall like Silk Song. I think that you really got to be a Hollow Knight fan to play it because it's like way harder. I mean, maybe not like way harder, but it's very hard. It's not something that you're gonna be able to just be like, oh, I like video games, and then you just start playing it. Like, if you're a casual gamer, do not pick up Silk Song. You will hate it. But for those of us that have grown up on 2D platformers and got a real big kick out of Hollow Knight, then Silk Song might be for you. Anyway, on different note, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Oblivion, so I will see you all here in just a second. I'm going to end the stream because I don't really want it to be a joint two-part thing on one stream. I want it to be two different ones, so I will be right back.